What's going on, everybody? TheKennyDubz here with another Pokemon Masters EX Datamine discussion. And as you can see on the screen here, most of you would probably already know by now as well, for those of you that keep up with Masters in any capacity. Lugia is being added to the game along with a few other units as well. So we're going to take a look at what has been Datamine for next month. Let's going down here. Dev letter 34. Okay, so well, it's not here, even though it says here. We'll have to take a look at that later. New sync grids. Valerie, Winona, Mina, and Ho-Oh gets an expanded sync grid. So that's Ho-Oh and Silver. They get an expanded sync grid, which is great. I don't know what's going to be added to it though. We're going to take a look at that later. Valerie, Winona, and Mina getting grids though. That's fantastic as well. Valerie was basically our only free fairy option for a while until we got Xerneas. Xerneas came up with a grid, and Valerie's kind of left in the dust. Winona was our OG rain setter, which is great for her. And then Mina. I use Mina quite a lot, actually. For those of you that have seen some of my free-to-play clears of Champion Stadium, whenever there's a Fighting Week stage, I just load up Mina, BP Surge, and Xerneas, and I just kind of just do it that way. So it's really great to see those three getting grids. New title screen art, fantastic. I really love to look at that. Swung down, new unlockable EX sync pairs. Lyra finally gets her EX. Holy cow, it has been far too long without Lyra getting an EX. That's huge for Lyra because Lyra sets up Sun on her sync move because she has Solarize. Her sync move actually gets more powerful with stat buffs as well. So while she's, setting up her buffs, her sync move gets more powerful. And on top of that, she's a support unit, so you'll get the double support buff as well. So in a team where you have Lyra and you want to keep the Sun up with Lyra, you can not only get the support sync buff, but you also get the Sun refreshed as well. So that is great for Lyra. I would have liked that a lot earlier than now, but you know what? At least she finally got it, right? So I can't be too upset about that. And then finally, our girl Chris gets her EX as well. So now I can finally EX my 95 out of 5 Chris because I pull Chris a lot. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but Chris is the unit that I pull a lot. And I'm just like, why ain't Chris gotten an EX yet? Like, she's not the worst. So give her an EX, please, so I can actually make use of her. I'll probably EX her pretty soon. I don't know if I'll actually use her though. That's the only thing. If I EX her, maybe I'll force myself to use her more often. For like physical water week stages. Otherwise, I might just go Brain off Unga Bunga, Kyogre, May, Kyogre, Swampert, Blue, or Blastoise. How is also getting EX, which is great as well. This would have been really good for How to have a lot earlier as well. But for those of you that have watched my free-to-play clears as well, you know that I use How a lot in those. Even like if it's like a special Electric Week stage, I might use How as opposed to at least in the Striker. But now that How has access to an EX, his sync nuke will be spread out a little bit and he'll do extra damage to the sides. But with inertia and special attack stuff and things like that, How will be doing a buttload of damage, which is quite nice as well. So we're finally getting Bead and Hatterene. There was someone on Reddit who was memeing every day. They were like drawing Bead every day until he gets added to the game. Well, I hope they're happy. I don't remember their name, but Bead and Hatterene, I believe they better be fairy because. Oh, actually, is it signature G-Max move fairy or psychic? Actually, I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure it'll be able to G-Max. Now, something that's interesting, I don't know if they'll make a separate Bead for when he becomes a gym leader. Because he does take over as gym leader for Opal later on. And I don't know if they will reference that with another sync pair, because he still has the same Pokemon. Since they're giving him Hatterene now, I'm not sure if they would, actually do that. It's interesting. I don't really like his jacket though, like in this. The jacket is like the one thing that I don't really like at all. So here comes like the meat and potatoes of this data mine. We're getting more JOHTO sync pairs, which is fantastic. The not fantastic thing is that they're all master sync pairs, and I was just like, wow, I want at least 2 out of the 3 of these sync pairs. And then kind of was like, oh wow, look at their master pairs. I was like, well, I can pity one of them. So there is that. But they all seem very, very solid as well. Signature Suit's Lyra and Celebi, that's great. Lyra gets another alt. I think this is only her second alt, though. Her other one was Clefairy, and her summer alt was Jigglypuff, I believe, for summer alt. She's getting Celebi, which is interesting. I didn't think that Celebi would be involved with this. But, you know, I'm all for it. Unfortunately, they're a tech sync pair, says, you know, they have to be. But that's actually fine. Because we're actually getting 3 different kind of sync pairs, one for each role. A little bit of a spoiler there. I do like her EX quite a bit though. Although actually I might like the regular one more, but I do like the flowers turn pink. Oh, okay. I like the blue a little better. But next up is Signature Suit, Ethan, and Lugia. Finally, we're getting Lugia, and Ethan is getting some. I was gonna say some respect, but I don't remember. Well, he actually didn't have an alt before this Typhlosion, but Lugia and Ethan are a striker type sync pair, and I'm really excited for that because I really wanted Lugia for a while. This will probably be the first master pair that I go for, unfortunately. Hopefully I one and done him so that I can put gems towards the other master pairs, because I am a big fan of Johto. I like the regular outfit more. I'm not a fan of his hair though in this. Seeing his head without his hat looks so weird to me. I was just kind of like, I was like, maybe we keep the hat on. I don't dislike this, but I like blue more than I like red. Oh, black and blue I think would be pretty cool for this too though. And then finally we have Signature Suit, Chris, and Suicu. And yes, Chris gets more. Both Lyra and Chris get a little bit more justice during this. I like Chris's dress in this. I like Suicune. So this is a win-win except for the fact they're a master pair. But this is the first master pair that is a support. A first master pair that is support. So that's actually very, very interesting. I'll go in more detail with that when I go into my discussion about the sync pairs. But yeah. Oh, actually, I really like this too. I hadn't seen this before. I like that as well. I'm really excited for Suicune as well. Suicune is my favorite of the legendary beasts, to be honest, even though my favorite type is fire. Entei never really vibed with me when I was younger. I was just like, I like Suicune the most. But yeah, NPCs, we got Hugh. I know my friend Kinem was really excited for Hugh. That was sarcasm, by the way. Kinem hates Hugh. Benevent summary. So Ethan starts on May 30th, which is, funnily enough, that is my birthday. So it's like Pokemon is like, hey, by the way, Kenny, here's a Pokemon you really wanted for your birthday, but now you have to pity him. Ethan will be gone for quite a while though, from May 30th till July 14th. So that is a very, very long time. Villain event starts, and I believe that's when we'll start being. Yeah, that's the little emblem there for Ho-Oh. So we'll be. Oh, you guys can't see my mouse on this, but there's that. Extreme Battle starts May 30th as well. That'll be fun. New content enter the JOHTO chapter on May 30th. Master Fair Gem Scouts, Master Fair Gem Special. That doesn't matter unless you're a light spender, at the very least. Lyra starts June 1st, so that's a few days later, but they last for quite a while. Daily Scout, sure. Signature Suit Chris starts June 3rd, which is nice. Special Rally, so that's more gems. Training Rally boost. When does the current Training Rally boost end, actually? 5-star Select, that's okay. Time Trial. Battle Villa opens again. Flying and Psychic Egg. Tapu Bulu. First half off. Spotlight Scout. Oh, looks like there's a coin there as well. Maybe I would do that. I like the half off one that I have right now. The first one is 1,500 gems for. You're basically paying 1,500 gems for an 11 pull and 4 5-star power-ups. I think that's huge value right there. So at the very least, I think people should do that one. Like worst case scenario, you get 4 5-star power-ups, but 4 5-star power-ups for 1,500 gems. That's really, really good. Bead starts the 16th. Bead event. Ooh, main character Pokefair Scout. So it seems that Lucas and Dialga's there. I wonder if it's gonna have all the like main character scouts there, so that could be a potentially really good pool or a potentially really bad pool. Because if it's all the main characters, like from the main characters from the games, like the playable characters, so like you figure, like you know, like Leaf and Eevee are in there too. I'm just like, that kind of loses a bit of value there for me, and probably a lot of other players as well. But 5-star scout, special event, rival challenge, you know, and some other things here as well. Latias comes back, Pokemon Masters Day, so that's all well and good. So let me go over to the dev letter real quick. All right, so here's the latest dev letter that dropped 2 days ago. Number 34. Greeting trainers with the producer Pokemon Masters EX. Today we're focused on the new sync pairs that debut in late May, as well as the events for June. App update for late May. This is actually really good for players that don't have the sync pair. But in this update, we're taking into account the various improvements of the game and content development for new features are underway. We've included adjustments to optimize tutorials for the first half of the game, as well as other content we'd like to share with you. Some of the details in this message. Trial Scout update. The sync pair attainable from the Trial Scout, which can be used only once after clearing story main chapter 1, will change from Windy Miltank to Blue and Pidgeot. Blue and Pidgeot will be sent to players who already have used the Trial Scout. So you might have noticed that if you just boot up the game and maybe you don't read the messages, that you have a Blue and Pidgeot in your temp storage. Well, this is why. So they're changing the Trial Scout, which is good for players that might not have Blue and Pidgeot. I have Blue and Pidgeot already. So that's fine. They'll just bump him up to I think 5 out of 5 now. So that's cool for me, and I can support him. It does suck a little bit because on release, Blue and Pidgeot was one of the best sync pairs you could get. I know a lot of people were trying to re-roll to try and get that. I tried it for a while, and like after an hour, I'm just gonna play the game because I rolled 0 5-stars in my re-roll attempts. So there's that. But a free Blue and Pidgeot is always nice. At the worst case scenario, it's a free 5-star power up. That's better than Whitney and Miltank. Daily missions. One mission will be added, offering battle points as completion rewards. So now we're getting more battle points for daily missions as well, which is nice. It's only 10 battle points, but hey, you know what? You don't have to use stamina for it. It's just do a single player area, the sync orb area, which doesn't take stamina. And if you're low on sync orbs like my friend Kainam is, well, then it's a win-win. Other general improvements. A skip feature will be added for the main story chapter 1 tutorial, which is great. Just in case you're re-rolling, I guess. Battle tips will display on the data download screen. That's cool. I did notice that the download screen looked a bit different. Additionally, like the sync grid feature will be changed so that main story chapter 1 and the more than mere normal must be completed in single player. I didn't know what that was because I had completed that prior to the sync grids being released. So because I've been playing since day 1 of the actual release, so I actually had to know about that. We're making other changes as well, also such as adjustments to the tutorials of various features, so please check the update notification for details. Love to hear more of your opinions and continue to make improvements to the game's usability. So please consider sending us feedback. It's really good that they're actually taking into account feedback. Obviously, they should always be taking into account feedback, but for a while it seemed like the feedback fell on deaf ears. New story chapter will be added to the villain arc for the JOHTO chapter. How are you enjoying the story of the villain's JOHTO chapter? Continuation of the villain JOHTO chapter will be released in May 29. It's 2 days from now. 2022. Will Ethan, Silva, and the others be able to put a stop to Giovanni's ambition? See for yourself when the story is released. Also, an event is scheduled to coincide with the villain's arc's newest story chapter. In this event, you'll be able to collect Ho-Oh crystals to strengthen Silver and Ho-Oh. After them are strengthened, this thing will be expanded, adding tiles that can be unlocked for 0 energy, as well as tiles that allow them to learn even stronger grid skills. So I hope you look forward to it. I'm looking forward to this. I don't know what they're going to add to Ho-Oh though. They added a few more things to Palkia, which made Palkia a bit more flexible, right? So it added ramming speed onto, I believe, as an example, to Palkia's spatial run, so you can lean into a bit more to Dragon, because Palkia was really good for water. Much better for water than it was for Dragon, but adding the things that are there for Dragon was helpful as well. Also in the event, Lyra, Ethan, and Chris will appear as Master Sync Scouts wearing signature suits and Sync Pair Scouts on separate days. They will have different Master passive skills, and because their effects stack when activated, you'll be able to maximize their effectiveness when putting them on the same team. Let's take a look at what these Sync Pairs are capable of. So here's Ethan and Lugia. Again, I don't really like his hair. The rest of the outfit's okay. Suicu, Ethan, and Lugia are flying type strike master sync pair. Thanks to their extended range passive skill, they can leave all opponents trapped with the whirlpool and deliver a devastating blow with Arrow Blast. So like I saw this, I started DMing like my friends what kind of talk. I was like, Lugia is made for me. It's whirlpool, but for all the opposition, right? It's like that's range for everyone. And Arrow Blast obviously extend range as well. We know what extend range does. In case you don't know, extend range just extends it to like the entire opposition or like the entire field of your play if you target yourself with moves. So much like with N and Reshiram, Blue Flare will just hit the entire opposing field, right? So now it would be the same with Arrow Blast and Whirlpool. Whether this is it, they can raise accuracy by 1 stat rank, apply crit hit next to themselves, and increasing special moves effect by 3 stat ranks, and 50% chance of reducing the seat move count down by 1. Ooh, so that is great. +1 accuracy, that's okay. You need that for Arrow Blast and Whirlpool because they're not 100% accurate. Crit hit next to themselves, which is good. That means the next hit will be a crit. Increases special moves attack by 3 stat ranks. So they're getting what is it? Special attack up +3 stacks of that, which is great. And they have a 50% chance to lower their sync countdown by 1. Oh man. So there might even be times where you might just use this and just hope. Use this at the start of the battle and just like try to lower your sync countdown real quick. Also, with the effect of another passive field is every time they use a Pokemon move or a sync move, they recover 1 MP of the. Oh, it's a move or a sync move? Oh. So they'll keep strengthening themselves with this as it while attacking with Arrow Blast. Okay, so I didn't realize I thought it was just sync moves. I didn't, because I looked at the grids a little bit, like their passives a little bit, because of the Datamine, and I thought it was just sync moves that they refresh that on. But it's sync move or use a move. They get the MP back. Oh, that could actually make for some interesting strategies for like speed running. Even after relying on a bit of RNG, since there's only 50% chance of reducing the sync move countdown by 1. But stacking special attack up is always nice as well, and crit hit next. Signal Suit, Lyra and Celebi. Signal Suit, Lyra and Celebi, Grass type Master Sync pair. Tech. Grass type Tech Master Sync pair. They can turn the field of grassy terrain, which made Kinem upset because Kinem's like, well, as long as Celebi doesn't have grassy terrain, I'll be fine without it. Then like immediately as she DM'd me that, she was like, heck, they have grassy terrain, which is actually huge because we have nothing with grassy terrain as of yet. The only instance of grassy terrain we've seen in the game, I believe, is when the opposition uses grassy terrain against us, like Tapu Bulu, Blue and Executor. Increase grass type moves by 50%, we know that, and restore HP when using moves. Also, using Grassy Glide won't consume any of the move gauge during grassy terrain. So you just spam Grassy Glide during grassy terrain for free, and I guess that's how they got around it. I thought it was going to be a quick move for Grassy Glide because it has priority in grassy terrain, but normally it doesn't. So I guess that makes sense that it's not a quick move. So they can overwhelm the opponent with moves. Plus, thanks to their passive skill, they have a guaranteed chance of inflicting flinching, confusion, and trapped when successfully attacking with a move under certain conditions, making them a sync pair that excels in interference, dealing interference to their opponent. So, flinching, confusion, and trapped with 1 move. That's, first of all, that's just nutty, right? Like, why they do this? Like, Celebi, I think Celebi might be the best master pair of the lot, unfortunately. I say unfortunately because it's Tech, and Tech has been getting a lot of love lately. So that means our tech economy is still in shambles. But flinching, confusion, and trapped, as long as the opposition isn't immune to flinching, right? You're at the very least slowing down their sync countdown, right? Because if they have a move queued up, you flinch them. Like, they can't use that move anymore, right? They have to use a status move, or, something that alters their stats, or a trainer move. So that is fat. Signal Suit, Chris, and Suicu. Signal Suit, Chris, and Suicu are Water-type support Master Sync pair. They can heal all allies and change the weather by using Mini Potion All and Rain Dance. Mini Potion All is okay. I don't know how I feel about it using Rain Dance initially, making them a one-of-a-kind amongst Master Sync pairs. Also, with the Spring of Knowledge move, they can raise a special attack of all ally sync pairs by 2 stat ranks and raise their crit by 1 stat rank as well. So, +2 special attack, +1 crit. That's actually extremely good, especially for like a roster like mine. I don't have many supportive special attacking units. I have like Sabrina, Alakazam, and like maybe like Rotom and Elisa. But Rotom and Elisa can only raise crit by 1 stat rank, so then I have to rely on someone else to raise a crit. Even though a lot of units can raise their own crit, it's still helpful if I can have a couple into one unit. So that's very good for that, as well as increasing the special moves up next to all out of sync pairs by 1 stat rank when the weather is rainy. So that's also really good. So it gives +2 special attack, +1 crit, and then special moves up next, which is fantastic. On top of their master passive, which I don't know which master passive they have, to be honest. I don't know if it's gonna be Pride, Flag Bearer, Spirit. It's a support, so maybe Spirit. I actually don't know. Master passive. Passive shield, they can raise Spadef of all allied sync pairs using Rain Dance for the first time, making them a sync pair that can aid their allies in a variety of ways, both defensively and offensively. Oh, okay, so they can raise Spadef with Rain Dance now. Okay, kind of like Ho-Oh's Sunny Day. That's cool. Time trial event is coming. Time trial events or whatever. I don't really care about time trial events. These are just basically go fast, and they're okay. I mean, as long as they're not like the prestige events from before. I mean, I guess I'll be able to get gems and items such as 5-star scout tickets as rewards, so we'll be participate. Plus, challenging high difficulty missions will be added in stages. So take on time trials over and over and complete the mission. The thing is with time trials though, you might be out of luck if you can't go, like if you just can't go fast enough. Right? Like at least with like Champion Stadium, if you can't go fast enough, you can alter the settings or the parameters that you have. But at this, if you can't go fast enough, like you just won't be able to get all the rewards. So that's the one downside of that. But I mean, other than that, it should be okay. Like we were able to deal with it before. I think it will be okay now. Rivals from each region assemble. Story event, Rebel and Rivalry will begin on June 15th. In this event, rivals from each region will appear to take part in the tournament. We hope to look forward to seeing the sync pairs appear. Have free-spirited Pokemon battles. Solo event, It's All Good, begins on June 22nd. In this event, a certain group of free-spirited trainers pay a visit to some trainers who are worried about something. Hope you look forward to it. Okay, I guess that's supposed to be like the main characters banner. Oh, maybe it's only the character with free. Do all the main characters have free spirit? I'm pretty sure Red does. I don't think any variation of Blue does. I'm not sure about. I think Elite does as well. No seasonal sync pair scout. From the end of June for early July, one male and female sync pair will appear to use outfits. Hope look forward to finding out which these trainers form sync pairs with. In addition to these events will open, we're planning to have the last year's seasonal event rerun as well, so please wait for those events to come. Okay, so they're giving us a little taste. They're just like, oh, by the way, we're gonna have a summer pair again. I like the summer pairs for last year. It just kind of sucked that one of them was water, because water is such a crowded element. But Inteleon does have a lot of coverage. I really like Summer Marnie as well. I am wondering though if they're gonna update the summer pairs from last year to have Dynamax this year. Because all the Galar pairs should have access to Dynamax, and like it's kind of leaning that way as well with all the because all the Pokemon have a variety of different moves, different coverage moves. So I'm wondering if like they'll come out and be like Inteleon, gets its 3 max moves. Summer Marnie gets 2 max moves. Because Bulk Up is a status move, and that'll just result in max guard, but we don't need max guard. I guess we can still get for max guard, right? Yeah, anyway, development of new major content. I'd like to follow up with more information about major content that focus on connecting and interacting trainers, which we mentioned in previous messages. We're continuing work on various elements in feature various content and are aiming to release it on the 3rd anniversary of this game. This time, we're showing you a concept depicting a place where you can interact with trainers. We look forward to discovering which trainers will be able to meet with the connections and interactions we'll be able to have with them. Oh, so we're getting new. Are we getting new endgame PvE content? Ooh, I like this. I'm looking forward to this. So the 3rd anniversary. So what? late August, early September. Okay, okay. Next match is scheduled for late June. In it, we plan to share information about the new sync pairs that will arrive at the end of June, as well as event for July. We're working to deliver updates, improvements to make the program matches as fun as possible. Further trends, feedback, and development process. Don't hesitate to let us know what you think. Until next time, thank you for playing Pokemon Masters EX. So I'm actually looking forward to this as well. Seeing this does make me think a little bit of Scarlet and Violet, but I don't think it's gonna be anything pertaining to that. It would be really cool. It would be very, very cool if they actually unveiled a new Pokemon in this game, right? That is going to appear in Scarlet and Violet, similarly to how they did with Pokemon Go. What was it? Melmetal? They put Melmetal in Pokemon Go, like, oh, by the way, here's a new Pokemon. Have fun, guys. I think that'd be cool. The downside is that you wouldn't be able to, you know, migrate this Pokemon into Scarlet and Violet, because Masters isn't a game where you can actually do that. So, but I do think that would be cool. Anyway, that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think down below about the things that are upcoming for this month. I will have the sync pair discussions coming up soon. It's been a bit hard for me to actually record stream content for matches because my method of recording has been acting really funky lately, so I haven't really been able to do even my Champion Stadium runs effectively. But yeah, like I said, let me know what you think down below, and I'll have more stuff coming for you guys soon. Later.